Can I defer capital gains tax on a $100 million Bitcoin sale? The answer is yes. Hi, I'm Brett Swarts, founder of Capital Gains Tax Solutions, where we help you defer capital gains tax on the sale of highly appreciated cryptocurrency, business, or real estate, so you can defer millions of dollars of capital gains tax and create and preserve more wealth. So I want to start with our first deal story. It's for a client. She bought cryptocurrency, or Bitcoin in particular, for about 50,000 and went to $50 million. And so she had a very large gain, and we closed for her about 5 million of it to start. Now, she believes in the long-term future of Bitcoin, and so she'll probably be dollar cost averaging over the term of the deferred sales trust that she used. But she started with the first 5 million, but it came to the question, well, Brett, what happens if my 50 million goes to 100 million? Is there a limit on the deferred sales trust? And the answer is no, there's no limit. In fact, you can do a $100 million sale, defer the tax, move the funds outside your taxable estate, and then the funds can be invested back into real estate. So I wanted to make a quick video kind of walking through how that might look and show you the benefits of the deferred sales trust for your sale. And so let's imagine you bought Bitcoin for $1 million or so, and it went to 100 million. You have about a $99 million gain. You're looking, depending on what state you live in, probably around 20 to 30% of that being wiped out by capital gains tax. Okay. As long, it also depending on if you've owned it for more than a year or it's been short term. So first thing we always want to do is find out if you qualify for the transaction. Do you have a high enough a gain? Our minimum is $1 million net proceeds, $1 million gain. And then the next thing becomes, how much of that would you like to exit and win? But imagine you want to exit it all today. You say, you know what, I think Bitcoin has hit a high right now. I want to be able to sell high and diversify. How do I do that with the trust? Well, step one is very simple. You form a deferred sales trust. And then step two is you transfer the funds to the trust. Step three is the trust sells it to cash. Step four is the funds get sent from the exchange account to the deferred sales trust bank account. And then the next step becomes you can invest it just about wherever you want. So that's kind of the big macro. Let's dive in a little bit of the micro. So we use Kraken as our main one right now as the exchange account. One, because they have Bitcoin trading. Two, they're very safe and have great customer service. And so that's what we've done now for three cases. One was a $5 million Bitcoin. One was about a $5 million Ethereum / Bitcoin. And one was another $2.5 million Ethereum / Bitcoin. And so we've got to make sure we set everything up prior to the transfer of the assets. And so that's really it. Now, once the funds are there, it's kind of like the world's your oyster. You can invest back into real estate with the trust. You can invest into a business. Some folks are going into the stocks, bonds, and mutual funds. Funds are sitting in cash, just being patient for the next opportunity. Some clients are looking at going back into cryptocurrencies when the values are lower. The key is we got to keep some diversification. We got to keep some liquidity. We got to follow some of the guidelines with the deferred sales trust. If you're wondering about this deferred sales trust, it goes back 25 years, thousands of closes, billions under management. I first learned about it at Marcus and Millichap when I was helping people buy and sell investment real estate during the 2008 crash. And it's been the best kept secret, I believe, since I learned it. And I'm trying to offer it to folks like yourself who are learning about this so that you don't have to feel trapped when selling highly appreciated cryptocurrency. Now, let's also talk about the investment real estate aspect of this, which I think is really powerful. And that when you sell, let's say $100 million, move into the deferred sales trust, the next day you can go buy some investment real estate and start getting some cash flow. But you also get what's called depreciation. And there's an amazing video by Grant Cardone where he breaks this down. If you look up CRE, investing and taxes, it'll pop up. It's like a 13-minute video. But basically, during that video, he breaks down how depreciation is your friend. You've made a ton of money and wealth in Bitcoin or cryptocurrency, whatever business you're in. And now that's one aspect. But the other aspect now is getting enough depreciable assets to offset income tax, okay? And you do that by being an active GP and buying stuff like investment real estate. That's really the best one we found, especially multifamily, where you can get lots of leverage from banks and you can maximize that depreciation schedule and do something called what's called a cost segregation study, which is a way to accelerate depreciation. So let's just say, for example, you sold $100 million of cryptocurrency by transferring it to the deferred sales trust, and you just took 50 million of that, okay? And you bought a $150 million apartment complex, okay, or multiple apartment complexes. Well, what's really cool is, and let's imagine you leverage that, right? You got a bank to leverage that other $100 million. You put a $50 million down. Well, what's neat about the 150 million is the depreciable asset. And so now you can depreciate that and you can accelerate that depreciation. A good rule of thumb is about 25% of that can be depreciated in the first couple of years if you do a cost segregation study and it's not accounting for the land. But essentially, what's going to happen is that depreciation is going to be to offset your income, which means if the trust is paying you and or that property is paying you, you're paying zero income tax. Okay. So this is, get with your CPA, get with one of our CPAs. I can walk through this in detail, but this is a way that the wealthy know how to build wealth and how to transfer wealth using the deferred sales trust and purchase investment real estate to make sure we're following all the rules that are laid out for us. And the way Grant Cardone puts it, it's a game of wealth, right? And the question is, do you know all the rules, and do you have professionals to help you execute those rules? Here at Capital Gains Tax Solutions, we are experts in commercial real estate, experts in the deferred sales trust, and we work with experts who are financial advisors and our tax attorneys to help execute the other aspects of the deferred sales trust. But if you want to learn more, you can go to capitalgainstaxsolutions.com. That's capitalgainstaxsolutions.com. You can also join us on our mastermind that happens every Friday. It's the cryptocurrency DST mastermind. And we have CPAs, we have clients on, financial advisors, cryptocurrency experts, commercial real estate experts. We try to demystify this thing, deferred sales trust, and help people wrap their minds around that this is actually possible. This actually it works. It's been tried and true for years. The biggest deal is a $125 million deal in San Diego. That was a commercial real estate sale, but it's done for business, artwork, collectibles, private, public stock, you name it, it's been done for. So you can go to capitalgainstaxsolutions.com to register, and that's the mastermind every Friday, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 1 p.m. Eastern. Hey, I hope you found this video of value, and I hope it encouraged you today. If you're thinking about selling and you want to defer tax, please give it a thumbs up. Please share this with someone who could help, right? Because if somebody sells prior to setting up the trust, it's taxable, right? But if you set up the trust and follow the rules, kind of like an IRA, kind of like a 401k, do it prior to, you can create and preserve more wealth. Will help others do the same. Hey, appreciate everyone out there, and we will talk to you real soon. Bye now.